Hey guys, this is Jacques from MakuluLinux and welcome to another video. So today I want to show off our new distro that we're calling MakuluLinux X. Yes, you heard that correctly, X. And there's a reason we're calling it X, and that is because this is a KDE build, which many people have been asking for over the last few years. People keep asking me, when you guys doing a KDE build, when you're doing a KDE build. And we actually have done one or two in the past. It wasn't quite really a favorite. It wasn't really popular because, you know, KDE back then wasn't KDE as it is today. However, we don't really like the direction that GNOME and GTK is taking. And we wanted to explore KDE a bit. We thought, well, we do have GNOME builds, we have Cinnamon builds, we're quite efficient at making those. How about we throw a KDE into the mix as well? And so we started working on KDE way back already. Actually, this build has been on the back burner for many months. Revived it a few times, worked on it. Anyway, today we're ready to show you the first alpha build. Now, the first thing you will notice here is this window border, which looks almost identical to the Aero borders. And I have to tell you that we forked the theme from the Aero theme. So the default theme for this build is forked from the Aero theme. Because as you will notice, the rest of the theme doesn't really look very Aero-y. Just the borders, right? You're going to see a couple of buttons here and there, maybe a toolbar that looks like Aero. It's because we forked Aero. I love, and I have to say this, I really love these window borders. They are my favorite window borders on any operating system in the history of operating systems. Why Microsoft moved away from these, I have no idea, because the new ones just suck. They should really just have evolved these maybe into multicolors or whatever the case might be. But I still think these are the best borders. And so I thought, well, if we're going to make a new operating system, why not use that? Why not use these borders and then run with the theme from there? Now that's where the name X comes from, because we're not going to make a multi-layout distro like we usually do with the other distros. With this distro, we're going to try and keep it simple, but X means anything goes. And so we create a theme and then we just run with it. We add something, an app, and we run with it. So there's very little end goals with this distro. This is one of those weird distros where we kind of just try everything. Whatever works stays, what doesn't work we toss out. So we don't have exact clear direction, we just run with it. And in a weird way, it actually made everything so cool, and I'll show you. So when you boot up, you're going to get this nice looking wallpaper. And by the way, let's go through the wallpapers quickly. You can either access the wallpapers via the standard configure desktop and wallpaper option over here, or you can click on the little wallpaper changer in the bottom panel, which then brings up the standard. Actually, let's make that a little bit size. Let's make that 150. There we go. So you can see it better there. Now you'll notice there are a couple of wallpapers here that you already know that we had from some of the other distros. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 wallpapers there that are from previous distros, and most likely we'll remove them. I don't know. I wanted to keep this a very sort of landscapey, so I've got like there's a nice dark wallpaper. There's a nice like a grassy slope wallpaper. There's like this weird magnetic crop circle thing going on here. We've got this beautiful weird kind of painted beach here, and if you go down, we got some like poppy flowers, like a poppy field, but in a portrait view. What I mean by portrait is the background's blurred. And then we got this like leaf sticking out, this like autumn leaf, and we got this pink sort of pink. I don't know what are these trees. Anyway, sort of hanging over. We got this little cabin. You know, so you've got all these weird, oh yeah, we've got this old tractor. This is one of my favorites, old Ford tractor, like a looks good. I really like these tractors. And then of course the default one you've got here is this colorful sort of fieldy meadow look. And then you've got this tree with a pink heart, and then you've got this portrait view of this I can't remember what the name of this tree is, but anyway, oh, and then you've got the bunny rabbit, the sort of portrait of the bunny rabbit. So, you know, I'm still building on these. There's going to be a lot more, and I'm going to start removing some of the older ones from the other distros. Might keep one or two of them, but I think majority of them I'll probably move out. So you're going to get a lot of these kind of not too flashy but cool looking wallpaper, so that's going to be there. You've got the standard kind of bottom panel, which is got a slight sort of blur effect on it. No translucency, it's kind of blurred. The same with the menus. If you open the menus, it kind of looks like it's got that blur effect. You've got two menus. You've got the standard menu over here, which is just a normal standard menu, and then you've got the full screen menu on the other side with the sort of dock at the bottom. Also the blur effect, and everything sort of bounces. It's a nice two nice looking menus. Of course, you've got all the standard KDE modules and things at the bottom here. We've tried to keep it as standard as possible with what we've included. Now, where this differs is that we made this kind of a hybrid distro, because there's certain things we like about KDE and certain things that we don't, and also a lot of our personal scripting and apps that we do a lot of them are GTK, and so we've had to combine the Qt of KDE and the GTK of, you know, our work. The default file manager here is, as you can see, it's Nemo. The reason for that is just Nemo is just so much faster than Dolphin, less resource hungry. Dolphin uses like almost 100 megabytes on startup, just on startup, and it's sluggish and slow sometimes, especially with mouse scrolling your mouse wheel and caching and so forth. Nemo uses 27 megabytes and it's instant. Everything's just nice and flowy, and also the Nemo title bar really complements the sort of arrow look over there. So this is about the only other place really that you're gonna, and our chat apps and so forth, some of our custom apps. It's the only place where you're really gonna see any of this kind of arrowy look. Dolphin is in here though. You can either run it from the main menu or just type Dolphin here for the whiz guys that love to. There you can see there's Dolphin. Now the default theme is the sort of like a matte browny kind of, I don't know what you want to call this, off-white brown kind of color of the old sort of classic Windowsy look, but not ancient, you know. So we have that. That's kind of default, as you can see in the terminal as well. So that's the other look that we went for. If you open up system settings, for example, here, let's open up system settings. You're going to see this a lot here. Now, applications, of course, you can configure your GTK themes. You can add more there, plasma themes. Currently, we're using the X Light. You can switch to the X Dark if you want, or you can get more. The nice thing about KDE is it's got a lot of theming options. There we can see you're using the color X, but you can import more. Windows decorations, there's X, but you can add more, and so forth, so forth, so forth. There, the mouse cursor is X, but obviously you can get more. Icons, and then the cursors as well, there's X, you can get more. Now, splash screen, we've got none set at this point because really we use light DM. Yes, you heard me right. Instead of SSDM, we use light DM to log in. So like I said, this is a hybrid distro. This is not a full-on full KDE distro. It's hybrid because we focused on speed, we focused on compatibility, and we focused on just efficiency and also appearance. So the software center, we do have Discover here, you know, Discover Software Center. I think it is a little slower sometimes than the other software center, but anyway, Discover is here. You guys will know Discover. Okay, it's loading. I haven't opened it yet. There we go. So there's Discover, obviously, Discover Software Center, and also it runs the updates. Updates pop up here, and if you open up it. Package manager, we don't use Muon, we use the Synaptic package manager. It's just faster, more efficient, better looking, just better overall. I've played with Muon various times and I really didn't quite like it. Also I do like it where we can, we implement those little borders. Of course, if you go into graphics, we've got all of the back-end stuff here, your internet. We got Chromium in here, Conqueror we kept in there as well, but Chromium is there, KDE Connect is there. So a lot of your standard KDE stuff is there. You know, you got your MPV player, Hypnotic, a lot of the stuff that you used to the other Makulu distros, they're in here as well. Bleachbird, blah, 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 a lot of the back-end stuff. But there are obviously your KDE partitioning managers and so forth, so forth, so forth. So there are a lot of stuff that we've moved over to KDE because it just made sense. The KDE system monitor, of course, as well. We've only kept the GNOME stuff where is needed. Now, as you can see, running here, it's running on 2.3 gigabytes of RAM. Well, before you guys freak out, firstly, KDE is a resource-hungry distro. Right, so it, like at startup, it uses about 2 gigs of RAM just on startup. Once you start opening up a few apps, it climbs. So it's not a resource friendly distro, never has been. That's firstly. Secondly, we haven't optimized anything much yet because we're still in alpha, so that will come down as we optimize. But I'm thinking that even when we do optimize, it's still going to use about 2 gigs of RAM at startup because that's just KDE. There's not much you can do. It's not really for low memory systems. It never was. Because the moment you start optimizing too much, you start taking away value. You have to then disable transparency, you have to disable effects, disable this, disable that service, and you start making an OS that's kind of plain and boring just to save a little bit of RAM. And yeah. Anyway, so right now it's running on 2.3 gigs of RAM. It doesn't feel slow. I've got 8 gigs. I think I've got 8 gigs in the system set up. So yeah, you'll also notice that the icon set's beautiful. This whole operating system is designed to be beautiful and pretty. Really, really stunning. It's a nice look. It's very pretty. And of course, you can change anything. You can go into your themes, add new themes. There's so many themes that you can change and play with and just, you know, go crazy with. So the OS is very flexible. I mean, KDE is customizable, and one of the things that I like about KDE is that they haven't broken much of anything. Like, you know, every time GTK updates, they break everything. Like they update GTK2 to GTK3, all the GTK2 themes are broken. Like thousands of or tens of thousands of themes that have taken, like that have been used for like 10 years, all broken. And then the next 10 years or next 5 years, GTK3 is the top dog, and then they bring out GTK4, and then all the GTK3 themes are broken. So like the last 5 years or 10 years of themes again, and the 10 years before, all broken. Tens and tens of thousands of themes broken because they don't make anything backwards compatible, and that really kind of pisses me off. But anyway, KDE really doesn't seem to do a lot of that. So if you go into themes, you're going to find a lot of themes there available for. This is the thing, we didn't really want to force themes on people. We thought we'll make an OS that's as simple as possible. We give it a really nice look. We add in all of our custom AI stuff and everything else that's nice. And then, you know, people can on their own sort of. This is a beautiful look. I mean, look at that. It looks stunning out of the box. Stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And you've also got the, you know, the fully bouncy effects and stuff that we usually put in our distros. And that's all here. This is all stunning. Like, really, this is a pretty, pretty, pretty OS. And, you know, everything works out the box as well. Hello, how are you today?
I'm Electra, a knowledgeable and friendly chatbot. I'm here to assist you with any questions or topics you'd like to discuss. How can I help you today? As
you can see, everything works out the box. So Oh, we could also, again, we've added all the plugins as well, so you can access Electra from the panel and the desktop, and of course via the main menu. Now there's a lot of work still to be done because this is an early alpha build, and I'm sure there are issues and things to fix and things to do. But as you can see, it's already running really, really well, and it's very, very pretty. It's a pretty OS. This really, really pretty. I think a lot of people are gonna love that. They're gonna love just the sort of grace and ease that kind of this look gives. Anyway, so yeah, so finally we're making a KDE build. You guys have been asking for it for a long time, and yeah, finally we're getting into KDE. So this is an alpha build. I think it's going to go very quickly from alpha to beta over the next month or so. When it gets to beta, we'll probably do a sort of beta public release, because we're sort of getting into the whole beta thing now. What it's going to look like in beta phase, I don't know. At this point in time, things are changing almost on a daily basis, because like I said, we didn't go in, or at least I didn't go into this with a clear view of what I wanted. I knew I wanted a pretty OS. Beyond the pretty OS, the second thing is I knew that I had to make all of our custom scripts work. I don't want to rewrite everything into Qt and then run 2 branches of everything. Majority of our scripts are either in GTK or tkinter, and that had to work. So that was one goal. The other goal was to make everything comfortable and pretty. Because it's KDE, it's got to be pretty. And so yeah, so a lot of that has gone into this, and then after that anything goes. So so this is the alpha build. I'm sending it out to all the testers today. I sent some earlier builds to a couple of testers, but this will go now to the rest of the testers. And in fact, I think I might even drop it to the Patreon guys over the next day or two as well, so they can get to play with it. Yeah, so feel free to leave comments below if there's something specific you'd like to see in the build, or something that you're seeing that you don't like. Let me know. What do you think about the fact that we're actually going to use these borders? And by the way, they really do complement, like they fit with such a lot of different theming colors and stuff. These borders are just nice. Look, they're completely translucent. But if you leave them for a while, they go kind of like a dark blur. And so you can't, they're not transparent anymore. They only stay transparent for a little while. There we go. See, now it's not anymore. You can still kind of see the last blur it made. And then there they go translucent again. And then when you stop, you check. And sometimes when you're like typing something, they'll sort of flash. They'll flash between blur and translucent. You'll see that every now and then. Anyway, so yeah, this is a beautiful OS, man. Really, 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 really beautiful. So let me know what you guys think. At least, I mean, beautiful right now, but it's gonna get even more. And what do you think about the decision of the wallpapers to sort of keep them like a sort of a landscaping neutral kind of look? I might throw in a couple of animals and some interesting things like a beach or something, but for the most part, I want to keep the wallpapers not too flashy, because we usually go like all out crazy flashy, like anything goes. But I think with this ISO, I want to keep it sort of like, I want this ISO to feel comfortable no matter who uses it. If it's a guy using it on his personal PC, if a company decides to put it on a work PC, or somebody wants to use it as a server, or somebody wants to just use it as a gaming machine, you know, I want this to be a sort of all-round comfortable in any environment like that. That's what I'm going for. So anyway, I'm open to any feedback you guys give. Yeah, if I was you guys, I'd keep an eye on this. We're going to be adding some other cool stuff here as well. I have some more ideas for evolving the AI and stuff like that, and a lot of that's going to go into this build as well. So this is just the initial video showing you guys what it looks like, and maybe getting some feedback. See if you guys like it. Do you like it? Or don't you like it? What don't you like? What do you like? Yeah, feel free to let us know. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.